In this video, I'm going to show you how to automate everyday tasks in a few minutes. Alright, the first automation consists in creating multiple folders for every month of the year. So here I have 2022, and then I have folders from January to December. And inside each month, I have folders for certain days of the month. And to do this with Python, we have first to import calendar. So I write import calendar, and this helps me get the names of the months. So here I write calendar that month underscore and then name. So here I write month underscore name, and then I'm gonna pick from element 1 to the last element. So this indicates that I want from January to the last element. So now I'm gonna make this a list, and here I'm gonna print it so you can see the values. So print this, and then I run, and you can see I have from January to December. So great. Now I have the month of the year. So I write month underscore names, and this is my variable. So now I have this list, and now I have to create some days of the month. So now I write days variable, and here I open a list. So here I'm gonna create manually some days of the month. You can do it as well, or you can use a for loop. So here first I'm gonna show you fast the days that I'm gonna use for this example. So here I'm gonna create 4 days. So day 1, day 10, then day 20, and day 30. So in a month we have 31 days usually, or 30 days. And here, instead of creating each day manually, you can use a for loop and create it faster, but only if you need to create a folder for each day of the month. In my case, I'm gonna simplify this, and I'm gonna create just 5 days, and these are the days. Great. Now to manipulate folders using Python, we have to use the path library. So here we write from pathlib import path. So with path, we can create new folders or rename the name of the folder and do a lot more. So here I write path, and we can, for example, create a simple folder named 2022. And then inside this folder, we can create another folder named January, for example. So here to create this, we only have to use mkdir, which stands for make directories. And inside this, we have to introduce some parameters. So first, parent, because here I'm saying that 2022 is the parent of January. So I'm including one parent. So here I write true. And here I'm gonna add another parameter, which is exists OK. And I'm gonna set it equal to true. And thanks to this parameter, the code won't break even if there is already a folder with the name 2022 or January. So that's what exists OK is for. So now to try this out, I'm gonna right click and run this and see the results here on the left. So as you can see, I have a new folder named 2022, and inside this folder, I have January. So that's great. That's what we wanted. We created these two folders. But now let's create all the folders for all the months and all the days. So to do that, first we use a for loop. So we write for first month, let's say, and then in month names. So here I write this, and here I'm gonna add enumerate. So I write enumerate to get not only the names of the month, but also the numbers. And I'm gonna show you why I'm doing this in some seconds. So here I'm using enumerate. So here I add also the iteration. So with this, we're iterating through the month names list. And what I'm gonna do now is to iterate through this days list. So here for day, in days, and here I add colon. And now I'm gonna put this path inside this for loop. Great. Now, instead of just creating these two folders, I can include these two variables. So I not only create two folders, but multiple folders. So I write f, and this is an f string, and it's gonna help me include these two variables easily. So here I write 2022 because this is the parent. And now I open these curly braces to introduce a variable. And here I'm gonna use the I, which represents the number of the iteration, and here +1. And I do +1 because enumerate will start with 0. and I want this to start with 1 because I want January with 1 and December with 12. So that's why I use I plus 1. And now I add a dot, and here I open again these curly braces, and here I add this this month. So here I have the month, and now I add this slash, and now finally we add the day. But first, of course, we add curly braces. So with this, we have the year, and then we have the number of the month and also the month. And here I have the day. Great. Now let's test this out. So I right click and run this script. So now let's see the results. So here on the left, you can see that I have 2022. And also I have these 12 folders from January to December. So I open any of them and I have day 1, day 10, day 20, and day 30. So that's exactly what we wanted. You can check any other folder and you will see the same results. Okay, now let's see how to extract tables from a website. In Python, we can use the pandas library to extract tables from websites like Wikipedia, as you can see here. So here I have a list of the Simpsons episodes in Wikipedia, and we can extract all the tables that you can see here. So we only need to use the pandas library, and I'm going to show you how to do this right now. So we go here, and I'm using Jupyter Notebooks right now. And to install pandas, first you have to write pip install pandas. So in Jupyter Notebooks, you have to use this exclamation mark. But if you're using PyCharm or the terminal, just write pip install pandas. All right, once you install pandas, we have to import it. So we write import pandas and we write as PD. So PD represents pandas. So first we import this, and then to extract tables from websites, we only have to write pd.read_html. So inside this parentheses, we have to write the link of the website. So here I open quotes and paste the link of this website, which I copied before. And now this is going to return a list. So this list is going to have multiple tables because here in the website, there are not only one, but like 20 tables. So we're going to get like 20 tables in a list. So I'm going to name this list Simpsons. So this is my Simpsons list. And now I run this and we get these tables inside this list. So let's see first how many tables are in this website. So here I write len Simpsons, and here I run this and we have 23 tables. So let's get only the first table, or actually the second, because I think the second is the one that corresponds to the first season. And as you can see here, we have the second table, which corresponds to the first season of The Simpsons. So we have here episode 1, 2, 3, and so on. And if we go here, we can verify that this is the same data. So I have here season 1, and you can see that it's the same data. So we successfully extracted all the information in this table. All right, now I'm going to show you how to extract tables from PDFs. So here I have a PDF, and we're going to extract this table that you can see here, so we can get this in another format. For example, I'm going to export this table to a CSV format. So I'm going to leave this PDF in the description so you can also extract the table from this PDF. Okay, to extract tables from PDFs, we have to install a library called Camelot. So we open up the terminal, and here we write pip install camelot-py. So you have to install this, but before you install this library, you have to install two dependencies, which are tk. So you write pip install tk, and the other is ghostscript. So you have to write pip install ghostscript and install these two libraries. These are the two requirements before you install Camelot. So once you have these libraries, we import Camelot, writing import Camelot. So we write this, and now we can start using this library. So first, to read a PDF, we have to use camelot.read_PDF. And here I'm going to write the name of this PDF, which is foo.pdf, and then I'm going to specify which page I want. In this case, I want the first page, and here you can add another parameter. For example, here there is the flavor parameter, and this is the parsing method to use. This is set to lattice by default, but in case you fail to extract the table from your PDF, you can set it to a string. So maybe with the stream, it works much better. So I'm going to leave it with the default value. And now I'm going to set this to a variable named tables. So equal to tables. And now let's see what's inside this tables variable. So I print these tables. And now let's see the content. So here we see that we have a table list and we have n equal to 1. And this represents that there is only one table in this page number 1. And that's exactly what we have. There is only one table in our PDF. So great. Now let's export this table to a CSV file. So to do that, we have to write tables.export and then write the name of the CSV file we want to export to. So we write foo.csv. And this is just a name I'm writing right now. And now I set the format to CSV and then set compress equal to true. Okay, now in case you have many tables, you want to pick one table in particular. In my case, I only have one table, so I'm gonna pick the first table and I'm gonna export the first table using tables with square brackets 0, which represents the first table. So now to CSV and now inside foo.csv. And with this, we export the first table to a CSV file. So now we only have to run this. And now in my working directory, I have a new file named foo.csv. So now I'm going to check it out. And as you can see, here I have the data and here is in CSV format. And we can verify that this is the same data I have before in the PDF. So it's exactly the same, but now in CSV format. And that's how you extract a table from a PDF. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to automate WhatsApp messages using a library called PyWhatKit. This library allows us to easily send messages in WhatsApp. So first, what I'm going to do is open a terminal. I'm here on PyCharm and I'm going to write pip install PyWhatKit. So this is the name of the library. And keep in mind that I'm installing this in a virtual environment, and I highly recommend you to install it in a virtual environment because this library has a lot of dependencies. So you want to avoid some conflict, so install it in a virtual environment. So I'm gonna hit enter and now it's gonna install. So in my case, I have this library already installed, so I have the message requirement already satisfied, but probably it's gonna take some seconds or even a minute for you to install this library. All right, now that we have the library installed, I'm gonna close up the terminal and I'm gonna import this library. So I'm gonna write import PyWhatKit, and to send a message, I write PyWhatKit.send msg. And inside, I'm going to use these parameters. So the first one is the phone number, as you can see here. The second one is the message. The third one is the time in hours. And the fourth one is the time in minutes. So for the phone number, I'm going to write the phone number with the country code. So we write plus the country code. For example, in America, I think it's +1, and then any number you want. The second one is the message you want to send, and I'm going to write just test, then the time in hours. So here I write the time, I think here is 7:17 in the morning, so I'm going to write here 7 in hours, and then in minutes I'm going to write 7:21. Now in the phone number, I'm not going to write the phone number, I'm going to hide it because I don't want to get any message. So here I'm going to define a variable just for the sake of this video, which is named phone number. Now I write input, and here I write enter phone number. So every time I run this script, it's going to ask me for the phone number and I'm going to write it. So here I'm going to delete this and I'm going to just copy and paste it. You don't need to define this variable. You can write the phone number here. All right, before running this script, keep in mind that in the browser that you use, you need to log into WhatsApp manually. So go ahead and go to your browser, Google Chrome or Safari, and log into WhatsApp using the QR code before we run this code. So I already did this, and I'm just gonna run this code and try it out. So I'm gonna check 7:19 is now, so I wanna get the results faster, so I'm gonna put 7:20. So now I run this and I wait a couple of seconds, but first I need to introduce the phone number, and I paste the number, and it says in 4 seconds WhatsApp will open, and after 15 seconds it will deliver your message. So now WhatsApp's opening. Now it wrote my message, as you can see below on the bottom of the screen. So now let's wait 15 seconds and it's gonna send the message. So as you can see here, it just sent the message, which is test, and it did it just without any problem. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. That's it for this video. I'll see you on the next one.